I wonder if my Arcana Iris Sacra arrived.
It arrived, you guys!
Okay, you guys. So now that we've had a little bit of a flip through, I will tell you a little bit about my thoughts about the deck. So first off, the box itself. I love the fact that it looks like a tiny little book that has a flip to it. It's like, ooh, peekaboo, what's inside? The other thing I really like is this ribbon-y bit here. At first, when I got the box, because the ribbon was tucked inside, I thought it, or actually this bottom piece was underneath the deck, so I thought it was meant to like pull the deck out, until I realized it's meant to secure the box like that closed. And I thought it's super cute that it does that. I really love like these little gold metal bits on the end. It's like, it's a cool little bit to it. It's like the creator, Tina Gong, put a lot of effort into creating this box, and it's just so adorable, guys. Like, look at that. It's so cute. Now, on to the deck. Well, actually, let's talk a little bit about the little white book. I like how it's kind of accordion style. It's pretty simple. Like, for example, if you go to the Ace of Chalices, it's like on the little back part here. And it's kind of blurry, but whatevs. What I like about it is it'll give you like the actual little definition of what each card is. So it says Ace of Chalices represents unconditional love, new feelings, new relationship, or friendship, as well as camaraderie. And I like how it has like little blurbs of every single card. And then it even gives you the 3-card spread and the Celtic cross. But one thing I really like about this little white book is it's tiny, and I like how it folds out like this versus the standard little white books that are like literally a little white book. I would like rename this the little white accordion thing. It's just so cute, you guys. Now, the deck itself. The back is just stunning. I love how it kind of has like that marbly paint effect that's like you took white marble and just kind of splattered paint onto it, sprayed some water, and then just watched it drip down. That's what the backing kind of reminds me of. And I like how there's this little symbol on the back. If I can zoom in there. Like this right here. I'm not really sure what this is. I just know that there's the infinity sign in it with some lotus leaves. But whatever it is, it's adorbs. And I love the gold edging with it. It just like really ties everything together. And I mean, come on guys, who doesn't love gold anything? And especially, I love the size of the deck. I might get a backup, you guys, because this is just, it's so portable. Like, look at that. It's so easy to hold. It just fits perfectly in your hand. It's thinner, taller, which I actually don't mind at all. And it's super easy to move. Like, the cards don't get stuck when you try to shuffle, which is what happens a lot of the times with decks like this. But I love how it has that really smooth finish to it. It's not glossy. It's kind of matte, but it doesn't feel like matte. For example, if you were to compare it with, oh, what's that deck? True Black. True Black has a matte finish, but sometimes it's a little hard for me to shuffle the cards because they kind of get stuck. This is not the case. Like, look at how that just easily glides. It's like, nope, don't want to drop them because they're not, well, actually, it's affordable. It was only $45, but still. Like, this deck, I'm definitely going to be getting a backup of. Now, the artwork. The artwork is brilliant. I love the use of color, and I love how each card has a different kind of tone to it, a different emotion. I love the mix of like the pastels with the different colors that contrast. Like, see how we have the darker tones mixed in with pops of the brighter pastel in it. And you go the next one, it's kind of like playing with different colors, and it's like each card gives you a different sensation altogether. Ooh, almost dropped all of them. But you guys, I'm so thrilled about this deck. It's actually, it exceeds my expectations of what I thought it was going to look like. I mean, I had seen a couple of videos where they had done quick walkthroughs, but I didn't watch them all completely, but I just love it. Like, look at that there. Another thing I liked is how each suit kind of had its own color. So, for example, here with the wands, we kind of have the white, but then it's like the pastel of, what is it, green and orange. And then you move into the cups, and it's more of that bluish, melancholy, emotion feeling based card. And then you move into the swords, and it's kind of like that stone feeling to it. Because the swords usually, well, actually, no. It's kind of that creamy tone, because I think swords represent air, if I'm not mistaken. I forget. Oops. Another thing that I really like about this deck, you guys, is how at the top of each card... That's not a good example. At the top of each card, as you can tell, there's like a definition of every single card, which I really like. For if you had no idea about Thoth at all, it really helps to have that kind of little help right at the top, just to remind you, oh, okay, that's what the card is. Now I can remember what the rest of the card means and really play with it. Because a lot of the times when I see a deck and there's like all these definitions, it can get really overwhelming. So I like that how there's that one singular word that really stands out for each different card. And then one thing I did notice, you guys, is this is a Thoth deck. I do not have a bunch of Thoth decks. In fact, the only Thoth deck that I possess is the New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck. The New Orleans Voodoo Tarot deck is Thoth-based, but it's, like, completely different. Like, you would have to literally read the entire big book that it comes with to understand it. And because it's thrown in with Voodoo, it makes it, like, a completely different system all on its own. And New Orleans Voodoo Tarot is certainly a deck that I do not recommend to people, especially if they are starting out with anything. Because you will, like, be so confused. And it's, like, a lot of it is trying to put Voodoo into that deck, so kind of push that out of the side for a second. But I like Thoth. I definitely want to dive more into this Thoth deck. I have not owned one, and this is my actual first ever real Thoth deck. I'm super, super excited to dive into it. My final thoughts, I love this deck, you guys. You should definitely get it. Like, look, it's just so portable and tiny. I wish I had another deck to compare it to, but it's over there, and I don't feel like getting up to, you know, kind of compare it. But as you can tell by I'm holding it, it's super easy to shuffle, and it's a dream. Cardstock, I almost forgot, it's, like, rigid. It's not easy to bend. It's really, really good cardstock for the fact that it was only, like, what, $45? So that should be a reason why you should get it, you guys. Not why you shouldn't get it. Hello, like, who doesn't want a deck that's portable, tiny, and is really cool, like this one. So, guys, if you want to purchase this deck, I purchased it from labyrinthos.com. They have a lot of really cool decks. The other one that's by them that I really liked was the Golden Thread Tarot, because that one's plastic and it's like super easy to shuffle. The cards slide around super easily, and it's a good basic deck for if you're just starting out. They also sell that too on their website. So guys, what are you waiting for? Get out there and purchase this deck, because you know you want to. I'm gonna be the devil on your shoulder. Bye bye bye. Bye bye bye. But, last minute thoughts. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got for you folks. So, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. So, stay tuned. Love you guys. Bye, biatches.